Well, it's going to be a lovely evening here. Watch some television. Music. That's nice. Well, perhaps I'll listen to my new record. I'll just sit down here and put on my headset. That's nice.
Je vais t'acheter des
French. What's that? Well, lights gone out. I'll look for matches and candles. That's better. I'll get down to the cellar and look, see what's wrong there. Goodness me, it's a long way down here. Very dark. They're quite dangerous on the stairs. Goodness, I've got to... oh, yes, there it is. No power. That's the fault. Yes, well, I'll just get on my bicycle here and make my own power. Strength or something, this bicycle. It's a good thing that I've got such a bicycle here in my basement. Lots of people I don't suppose to have something like this, but it's very good that I've got one and that I'm looking after myself. Goodness, I never thought it'd be so strange to make my own current and power.
Have you got problems with your power supply too? Then why not get in touch with us? Lindenberg Aggregate, owned by one family since 1948. A company with a qualified staff and a wide range of products. Lindenberg diesel generating sets rated at 5 to 5,000 kVA with diesel engines of well-known firms such as Deutz, Mercedes-Benz and others. Diesel fire pump sets. Switchgear for all generating and pump sets. Elastic rubber roll couplings for diesel engines. Engineering and supply of complete power stations ready for operation, including the construction of the building. Lindenberg generating sets. Light and power for more than 30 years all over the world. Pictures of things we see every day of our lives. You'll find them all over the world. Everywhere, that is, where you find electrical energy. Electricity for the use of mankind. Electricity means progress and a constantly increasing quality of life. But what people in Europe take for granted as part and parcel of their daily lives, a reliable supply of electric power, is in many countries something that's only in its infancy. Take, for example, Bisha, a rapidly expanding town in Saudi Arabia, 1,200 kilometers southwest of the capital, Riyadh. Here in Bisha, a start has been made on a project to supply more than 25,000 people in the town and surrounding villages with electric power on a regional basis. Saudi Arabia, a country with an estimated area of more than 2.1 million square kilometers. The enormous distances between the various large cities spread over the country make it clear that at present it's hardly feasible to set up a centralized supply system because there's no network connecting the towns and villages that have their own local supply. The fact that the few settled areas are only sparsely populated, the vast expanses of desert and impassable mountain terrain are reasons why, in this case, a regional supply is the more practical solution. The Saudi Arabian government is actively pursuing a policy to provide the country with electric power in this way, and so create a basis for industrial expansion. The contract for planning and engineering the Bisha power station was awarded by the Saudi Arabian government to the German company Lindenberg Aggregate GmbH. in view of their worldwide experience in constructing reliable power plants in the shortest possible time. The company's works in Rösrath, near Cologne, the nerve centre for planning and executing contracts. For years, Lindenberg Aggregator has worked together with Klöckner Humboldt Deutz, the oldest engine factory in the world, and for this project too, KHD was contracted to supply the diesel engines. After being put together, each engine leaves the assembly hall to undergo stringent tests on the company's test bed. The computer-controlled tests are all carried out under exactly the same conditions. Under various simulated working conditions, any deviation from the norm, or if output is not up to standard, is registered immediately. It's interesting to watch the interplay of the loud diesel engines and the silent testing equipment. Assembly of the self-regulating three-phase alternators. They're designed as brushless, high-capacity alternators with built-in exciters, which helps guarantee long service life with a minimum of maintenance. An alternator on the test bed. Like the diesel engines, the alternators too are subjected to rigorous tests. In view of the transport problems involved and the assembly problems on site in Bisha, it was decided to deliver the generator sets pre-assembled on a common base frame. Final assembly. The 14-cylinder water-cooled V engines each weigh 27 tons. These medium-speed, high-power engines are, of course, all exhaust turbocharged and intercooled. Excellent surface characteristics of the common base frame are essential for the exact alignment of the engine and alternator. The engine and alternator are connected by a flexible coupling. This means that the torsional vibrations of the crankshaft, which are passed on to the alternator shaft, remain within a permissible tolerance, an effective measure towards achieving a completely sinusoidal voltage. Here, the assembly of the switchgear for the power station, which will operate fully automatically. The first of the generating sets is ready to start its long journey from Rösrath to Bisha. The first stage is on a low loader to Bremen in North Germany. A couple of weeks later, it's joined by the second generating set. On board a freighter, they set off on their 14-day voyage to Jeddah, Saudi Arabia's main port on the Red Sea. In Jeddah, the two 57-ton generating sets are transferred once again to low loaders. These 48-wheeled vehicles will take the generating sets on the last stage of their journey, on paved roads through the mountains to Bisha. Once into the foothills, it's hard work, not only for the drivers, but also for the 500 horsepower trucks. Climbing steep gradients with the temperatures well over 50 degrees centigrade is no easy matter. The actual distance from Jeddah to Bisha is 650 kilometers. Some of the mountain passes rise to more than 1,800 meters. Safely transporting valuable goods over such long, difficult transport routes is a job that requires a maximum of responsibility from all concerned. After the strain of the first pass, a well-earned rest. But a problem has cropped up with one of the trucks. It's not developing full power any longer. The reason? A fault in the cooling system. Despite being equipped to deal with all sorts of eventualities, the crew can't repair the fault satisfactorily. There's too much at stake to risk another breakdown, and so they radio for a replacement. Necessity is the mother of invention. There's nothing like starting the day with a hearty breakfast before setting off on the next stage of the journey, this time alone. The second day of the 6-day adventure. Slowly, the truck grinds its way over the second pass. The enormous weight and the heat play havoc with the tires. It takes 14 hours to cover a mere 50 kilometers. After days of hard driving, the first sign for Bisha, a silver arrow pointing symbolically to the horizon and the end of a long and arduous journey. The crew decide to rest here for the night to wait for the second truck, some 12 hours behind them, to catch up. A team of experts goes on ahead of the convoy to prepare things at the site, which is at an altitude of 1,100 meters, a few kilometers from Bisha. Whirlwinds which whip up the sand are quite commonplace here. It's only new arrivals who notice the dry heat. The foundations for the new plant have already been laid. One thing causing a few headaches is the sandy ground. Measures have to be taken to prevent the trucks sinking in too much.